Hello everybody and welcome back to the FormulaFred racing channel, and today we're talking about the Canadian Grand Prix. That's right, it's the first real test for the Ferraris and the McLaren to prove if they've actually caught up with the Red Bull or if it was just track specific. Before we get on to that though, I'll just ask you to like, subscribe and maybe even leave a comment because it really does help. We're looking to get to 100 subscribers before the summer break. With your help, we can get there. Now with all that out of the way, cue the intro. Canada has long been my favourite Grand Prix. What with the big hairpin going into a long straight, the chicane just before the start finish. It's beautiful, but it's not quite provided the bangers that we were used to in the 2000s and early 2010s. We can't forget Robert Kubica's big crash, Hamilton's first win, Jenson Button in the craziest race of all time. These are all things people remember and they all happened here. That's why it's the race I'd still like to go to more than any other. The forecast, it is looking changeable over the weekend, what with over 60% chance of rain, so maybe this will spice things up. You guys know, my two favourite races of all time, Canada 2011 and the other, Germany 2019. What did those two have in common? Changeable weather conditions, the rain coming in, and this just mixed it all up. If it is going to rain at this weekend, we only want it to rain at some point. Not the whole weekend, and we don't want the whole weekend to be dry. We just want it to mix things up a bit so that there's a drying line or the track's getting a bit slippery so people are out there on different tyres. That's what we all want to see. Am I wrong? So without further ado, let's get on to the predictions. Prime performer, Lewis Hamilton. Yes, you might be scratching your head on this one, wondering what on earth has he been smoking. But he got his first race win here. He's won here the second most amount of races that he has at any track. 7. I mean, it's crazy to say that's the second most that he's won, behind Hungary where he's won 8 times. So he's always gone well here. I'm not saying he's going to win. Don't think I'm going that crazy. But he's going to put in a strong performance, one that we are more used to seeing from him. Mr. Underwhelmer, I've gone with Carlos Sainz. He's not really been up to the same level as Charles in the last few weeks, has he? I know he had the better of him in the early season, but the car is just being tweaked and changed towards what Charles likes. I mean, he's the one staying, so why wouldn't you? I think with Red Bull signing up Perez to a 2-year deal, he's just thinking, that's another good opportunity at a big team gone begging. And he's just going to try and outdrive the car this weekend, and it's not going to work. I don't even think he's going to finish. Pole position, I'm going with Lando Norris. If it's changeable conditions, he is one of the best. Ever since that disaster in Russia, we won't talk about that. He's just grown in the wet weather and he's one of the best now. If the rumours are true that I've been hearing that the Red Bull's not going to work quite as well, I can see him just jumping in and getting this one. Top 3 time. 3rd place, Lando Norris. Yep, I did tip him for pole. He's going to start well, but I think the strategy is just going to let him down here. And he's going to finish on the bottom step of the podium. Still a good result. 2nd place, Max Verstappen. I mean, even if the car's not 100%, Max, he can always find that bit extra to get it right back up there. And your winner for the 2nd weekend in a row, Charles Leclerc. I think he'll start 2nd on the grid, he'll undertake Norris at the first pit stop stage and go on to win the race. Fastest lap, going with Oscar Piastri. I think he's going to be just 1 step behind the leading pack this week, and McLaren are going to pit him late on for a cheap extra point. Then finally, Fred's far-fetched forecast. I think Ocon and Gasly are going to have another run-in. Yep, that's right. With the news this week of Alpine and Ocon mutually agreeing to end the contract at the end of this season, or not review, there's no way that he's going to listen to any team orders, any instructions anymore. He barely did in the first place, did he? But this time, he's just going to go all out for himself and they're going to have a bash. So that's it. They're my predictions. Let me know below what you think. Will I be able to keep up this good streak as last week? 50%? Who knows? These ones seem a bit crazier than last time. And if the weather is coming in, it could be a very unpredictable race. So, if you like, subscribe, then I'll see you next time. Bye bye.